Good evening, guys. This is Henry Gamble with SimplerOptions.com, and this is the second edit of the free video for Tuesday, March 17th. I apologize for the first one. It had a bit of an issue with the audio delay, so that's been resolved, or it will be with this video edit, and I apologize for the inconvenience. As we take a look at Costco, this was a ticker that I started getting into last week, and I always, it's just always nice to follow up on them and see how something has developed since you looked at it back then. The way I'm looking at it here, because you'll remember we had a really nice fib retracement that came in right in here against this zone, and then we did see a buy trigger against this. Essentially right after that we saw 2 days of steady selling, and what can you use to help determine, are you wrong in this trade, or is this just a minor pullback? The first one that I like to use is 2 closes below the 21 EMA. So you can see how that's been generally very well respected in this stock. You did have 1 day where it closed below it, but that's why I like to give it 2 at least to help kind of confirm that it wasn't just something to shake people out of a move. That's the first thing that tells you that this is just a pullback to the mean and still a good bullish trend. The second thing that I really like about these patterns, and they're best seen if you'll go and Thinkorswim, you can enable this to hide your studies and just see the ratios or the patterns of this, and I find this to be very helpful. So the whole core part of this analysis relies on the fact that the 618 retracement of this major swing is where we're working from. Within that, and even if you were to draw a basic trend line, this type of thing, this would be your bullish campaign. Inside this bullish trend, what type of bearish declines have you seen that were short-lived or that the market was able to recover from? That's what's telling you the personality of this stock. And when you compare those to the decline that we saw during those few days, you see that the relationships are very similar, and they recovered after that, so you give it the benefit of the trend to recover from there. So those are a few things that have helped keep me in this stock. Obviously it is nice too that the squeeze has not fired. If you ever can't see it, just grab that, expand the histogram, and you can see how there was just 2 days of lost momentum, very quickly gained that again, and those are all good signs. So I'm looking for that to move into 153.90. One important thing about this around March expiration is something you'll only really see in the options chain. So as we look here at the Costco position, and we're looking at March contracts, this is just something that you want to be conscious of as you move into that expiration, because a lot of times what you'll see is that these strikes that have a large amount of open interest can be defended. Now this doesn't always hold, it's not end-all be-all resistance, but the idea is that funds have sold these to retail traders. They have a vested interest in them expiring worthless, and you can see how stocks can gravitate towards those strike prices during the week of expiration. So if Costco can get moving, I think an interesting play would be doing something like a call debit spread, selling that 150. That's a great way to make the spread if the squeeze does fire long. Work the pinning idea if you're able to sell the 150 at a good premium and then it does close there. But that's just something to be keeping in the back of your mind around expiration, because you don't want to load the boat long with the 150 calls only to have the move happen next Monday or next Tuesday after these contracts have expired. So those are a couple things to keep in mind as we continue to trade Costco. One other thing I wanted to make you guys aware of is the Simpler Options Open House. So if you're just viewing this as part of the Silver membership and you're not typically able to be in the chat room on Wednesday and Thursday, you'll be able to get in there for no risk, no other obligation, just check things out and see what we do throughout the day. So you can see the lineup. We've got a pretty good crew in there. I really enjoy it, and if you've been looking for a chance to try it out, this is a good opportunity. So I hope to see you guys there, or if not, at least at the next free video.